He oh oh what up? Hey guys, how you doing? What's up? Um Today we're drawing today. You feel me? We're drawing today. But we're also talking today. So I want to make sure we're ready to do all that cool stuff. And we're doing one of the panels I hate a lot because I didn't care about it, but now I care about it. So I'm going to go back and redo some stuff. But hey, how you guys doing? My name's Heero. I'm the author illustrator of the Strangers comic book. And while I draw, we will be reviewing the Zack Snyder Justice League. Oh yeah, the Zack Snyder Justice League. That is me giving a. Let me go find my little spoiler thing because I think I got one of those things like spoilers that says spoilers. I don't know. I thought I had one. I swear I thought I had one. But yeah, this is me giving y'all a heads up that I will be spoiling this movie. This movie that came back out in 2017 and so on and so forth. Um but I feel like before we get into the movie, let's talk about um how we got here, right? For all the people that don't know. So the Justice League movie was supposed to come out in 2017. It was directed by Zack Snyder, and really what happened was he had some personal issues, some family issues, and it caused a rut in delay. It caused a delay in the filming, and with that being said, he took time off, but that's a movie for a major company, so stuff still needs to get done. And basically, they handed off the directing rights to Joss Whedon, who is, if you don't know, uh, Joss Whedon is sort of like, what the fuck? Where's my mouse? Joss Whedon is the Marvel guy. He helped direct and produce a lot of the Marvel movies now we know and love. I don't know why I started yawning, but basically, excuse me. Basically, he is responsible for those movies, and I'm a Marvel and a DC fan. You can be both. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, okay, people? It's okay to like both. Don't be out here. We didn't don't do it. Don't do that to yourself. You feel me? You deserve happiness in this world. And don't let somebody trying to tell you that a bunch of movies you have to pick a side. You don't have to pick a side. You can like both. It's literally no beef. All right, so that's not working. Let's figure out why my drawing pad is not working. Um, but yeah, so let's go here real quick because my drawing pad is not working. My drawing pad's not working. Says it's not detecting. Cool. This is my mother. Mother, let me call you back. Huh? What happened? Oh, okay. All right. And I'm trying to get my drawing pad to work. Sorry, guys. Because I can't really draw if it's not working. But basically, the movie came out, and it came out to less than stellar reviews, honestly. Um, the first Justice League movie was like 2 hours long. It seemed really incomplete. It had a lot of gaps in the story that just it made the story didn't feel complete. It felt like someone cut up the movie in a weird way and then oddly stamped their own logo on it. Like Joss Whedon took time out to refilm the intro for Superman, which required that weird CG lip thing, which upon closer inspection wasn't really needed. Also, pushing forward with that, he took a lot of things out of the movie that people like me are now questioning, like, yo, does he not like minority people? But like this can divulge into a number of things. But Joss Whedon, for him to be a director and like an expert in this field, and say he took care and interest in this, I was not impressed. I was not impressed because oh, okay, thank you. Because what ended up happening, for better or worse, is this movie was unrecognizable. You didn't know where the beginning was, the end was. People had conflicting natures. Like, it didn't seem like a movie where they were trying to get people to come together, and that can come down to a lot of things. But ultimately, what I learned from like watching the Josh Whedon cut is that it was an incomplete movie, and there's nuance with that, right? He had 4 hours versus Josh Whedon's 2 hours, but I feel like Josh Whedon is a good enough director to make something better than what was given to us, hands down. You know, I feel like he was better. Okay, this is strange. Control Z. Undo. Thanks. Like my keyboard settings all discontinued, so I have to reset this. I want this to be a click, and I want it to be the middle click. Thank you. All right. Thanks. So let's start from the beginning, please. Thank you. Yay, I have control. So, okay. Just want to make sure I had control. So now we're looking at this situation, right, where, you know, he's trying his best, or he's doing whatever. It just was not complete. It was not good, and that's just the fact of the situation we're dealing with right now. But it makes me actually question, like, did he have any intent in making this good? Like, where did his idea of this movie look like? Like, now I'm curious to know, like, what's Josh Whedon's 4 hour victory act look like this? Because now I'm thinking back to some very questionable moments where, like, they had a lot of fan service in the Marvel way, the jokey kind of way. I will say this, and maybe it's just because Josh Whedon is better at comedy. Flash seemed to be a lot more relatable, but it could also be the fact that I simply saw these jokes twice already, and it's just not that funny. But they still didn't fix they fixed the run animation for Flash in some of his scenes, but not all of them. But I'm pushing ahead. I'll go into each character one by one here in a little bit. But to start off with, just wasn't a fan of the Josh Whedon cut, and even in the intro, he just took a lot of time and energy to do his own thing with a movie that had already had a complete script and was already finished. So why did he feel the need to add on these extra things? And when he didn't have an answer for those things, it just seems like he was being petty just to put his own stamp on things, which is fine. But if you wanna put your stamp on something, just say that. You feel me? Just say you want to do that, and we'll make arrangements for that. Like, we'll make your own copy. We can do that for you. We can set that up for you. But that wasn't the case. So now flash forward to 2021. We're in the middle of a pandemic, And Zack Snyder's gotten a second chance, and I like to think, and I like to call it that, just what it is, a second chance. Because in reality, this movie doesn't happen if there wasn't a pandemic. Joss Whedon wouldn't get a chance to do this, and we would just live in infamy with everyone requesting a Snyder Cut. But this also does set a new precedent that, you know, fans are vocal enough, they might get it. And dare I say, after watching this movie, I'm of the mindset that I want to see some parts of this movie that wasn't done, or like some stories that weren't done. I want to see some of these movies now, because really what is become apparent to me is the stuff he chose to cut out and then refilm and add himself only detracted and wasted time from the main story and objective. The story was there already. I don't know why Joss Whedon felt the need to add or subtract certain things, but if he had stayed on track, he could have made the story. For example, Lois could have been cut out of this movie all the way up until the big Superman return, right? She didn't need to be in the movie. That's one thing you could have cut. There's a cool scene with her and once again, spoiler alert, Martian Manhunter impersonating Clark's mom, which was a really good touch. I really dig that. But ultimately, Lois didn't need to be in the movie up until Superman's return. And it also caused a sort of level of continuity, because when Superman died, it wasn't clear to me, did time pass? Was there a time skip or something like that happened? Because certain people were doing different things. Like, it just, was there a time skip? Did when did, for example, the Amazonians, when did they fight Steppenwolf? And how long? Why didn't Diana know that they were getting slaughtered? It just seemed weird. And maybe that's just me, not following along or getting lost in a 4-hour movie. But they were like questions. Those were questions I was having. Like, are people in this movie experiencing time lapse? Like, from when the mother box was found to when it was activated? Because when the mother box was activated with Cyborg, why come Steppenwolf didn't come then? And I think they explained that in the movie. But still, it was just like one of those things where I wasn't like paying attention, and maybe that's a sign that the storytelling wasn't that good, or maybe 4 hours, I couldn't stay attentive for 4 hours. I don't blame it. Put it past that. But let's talk a little bit about, like, the structure and how it was built out. I really enjoyed Zack being able to take out his whole vision and explain it the way he does. And you can tell he took a certain level of care. There's less camp in this movie and more if you know, you know. The truck that drove by when Iris West was being ejected from her vehicle with Barry Allen, that truck is the box is called 6182, which is like the Cyborg's official date for when the comic book came out. Like, just a lot of stuff like that. Adam, who is actually the dude that was working with Cyborg's dad. I had to Google his name because they just said his name too many times for me not to realize, like, okay, he has to be someone important. Yeah, he was. So, like, it's stuff like that, fan service like that, where if you're paying attention, if you're eager to know, you know. Not the whole thing that Joss Whedon did, and it just really kind of made it seem, I feel like there was a lot of inappropriate shots, like, at least in this version, of where you could see up into Wonder Woman's undergarments, which was kind of weird. But then also, like, it was like this Joss Whedon thing where he would linger on her provocative body parts for a minute or two. And there was a minute like that when they first, like, got the statues, when she was cleaning the statue and wearing all white. And I just really like it was a moving shot of her, But I was fixated on her. Gal Gadot is amazing. Like, she looks amazing. Gal Gadot, good for you and your workout routine. But I was I I was no more less fan service than I expected or wanted to see. So that was cool. But me personally, not necessary. But still, I get it. You know, she's amazing. So I don't mind. But what I want to then now touch on is like the character development and how these characters really got to breathe because of this extra time. Stole the show. Cyborg was the best part of the movie, and he really is the glue that makes this all work. And you can see pieces of what he was trying to do in the first movie, but because of how the movie was edited and cut, it doesn't make sense. His, I guess, the actions of the team and Cyborg don't really make sense because of how poorly this movie was edited together. I never expected it to be so poorly edited together. But, I see that now. I see the all flaws and error in that. Cyborg is almost necessary for this movie. And I like that they didn't shove Superman in our face, because when he gets there, it becomes an easy fight. Superman is literally, like Batman was right. Superman is literally the difference maker. I don't think I don't think Superman's heat vision can be deflected by Batman's gauntlets, but using the metal alloy from his ship, sure, why not? Let's talk about again, it had time, but once again, it had 4 hours. And if you know Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Zack Snyder's cut benefits from the same thing that the DBZ Abridged fandom kind of benefits from, because we know what you're trying to convey. You can add levels of nuance to the film and what's going on to make it that much more interesting. So I can appreciate that. But at the end of the day, we still have to judge the movie and judge the movie off of its merits. And that's what I hope I was able to do. I was able to do. But now that we've kind of got into the not even the nuance of it, but let's talk a little bit about the things that I did like and the things that I didn't like. The characters were really good. I don't know if the underwater scenes, I remember seeing the underwater scenes in the original Aquaman. I just liked the fact that they were able to talk underwater. They didn't have to make these air bubbles. I think it was a great resource before they knew what they were doing. And shout out to them for managing that. But I could have done with less water. Sorry, it just seemed like Aquaman was he had literally had clothes on just to take them off. That's what it seemed like to me. Tilt sensitive high, thank you. Yeah. So with that, I was just curious, for someone who lives underwater, you just swim with your clothes on, I feel like, or just don't wear a shirt, because he's just around in slow motion, take off his shirt. He did it 4 times. It was so weird. But then there was a time he also came out of the water with a shirt on, then returned back to the water, and as he's walking, he just took his shirt off. So it was just funny, something that weird to see. Things like that. I liked Aquaman, but in the group, he has to be my least favorite. He had the least development moving forward, and I feel that way because I probably saw his movie already. Second was Wonder Woman. Once again, it was one of those situations where I felt once again, I've seen a movie, two prequels of you now, so like I know who you are, so I didn't look to learn something new about you. Uh, and then I'd say, then I would have to say Superman, and that's by design. I think that's exactly how it should have been. Superman should have been like down there because once again, he we know what he is about. We know when he shows up, we know what's going on. We know what's going to happen. So I was okay with that. Um, Next was the Flash. Next was the Flash, and no, sorry, not the Flash. Batman, and it's Batman for me because he doesn't feel like a Batman I've ever seen or known. Like just being real, I don't like I don't know where I would have ever seen or met this Batman before. You know, where does he where does his feeling come from? Where does he where does he get like his energy, like his deductive reasoning? There's a part in the Josh Whedon part that I like where he knew Lois was the key, so he brought Lois there to stop him from killing her. Like, so if she didn't turn around or didn't decide to go get coffee that day, or if Martian Manhunt didn't decide to tell her to come outside, so Batman dies. Then I feel Batman would have known that. Batman should have known that. I feel like maybe that's me. Um, but I would have just liked to see that, like that version of him, like that detective deduction part of him come out, and I didn't see that, and hopefully we get that in this new Batman uh adaptation, but I didn't see that, so that was another thing that was a little bit concerning to me. But customized tip fill off. Another thing that was kind of like offsetting, off-putting about Batman is um I guess maybe because he didn't have as many interactions, but I expected him to also, another thing that Josh Whedon added that people he took out that I don't think people are giving credit. I like the father, the upbringing part, the whole Batman helping Flash become a hero. There was a great scene in the Josh Whedon cut where Flash is saying, "I don't know what to do" in this situation when they're going to go save Victor's dad. And Batman just says, calm down and just save one person. And then he says, then do what? And he says, after that, you'll know what to do. Just save one person. And 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 I love that scene because it's just shows that, and maybe that's a strong point for Josh Whedon right there. But that's the part of the movie that I really enjoyed wasn't in this movie. But in exchange for that not being there, there was this great scene, a cringeworthy scene right after where he saves Wonder Woman and all this stuff, and he lands on her bosoms, and it's just weird. It's just weird, like unnecessary fan service. So like stuff like that. So it's a give and take in this situation, and I gladly understand. But next is my favorite is like Batman and Superman are like interchangeable because once again Batman and Superman aren't really, it's not really their movie, but Batman has some major growth and he's less of a dick and he's more trustworthy. This Batman is so nice. That's the way best way to describe it. This Batman is nice, and I don't know if I'm okay with a nice Batman, but but then after that, Flash, and for different reasons, because there were some parts where he really sold me on his acting, and there's some parts where I just don't feel like he sold me at all. But I ultimately blame that because A lot of his scenes were reused, and his new scenes, they showed a better running animation, but it wasn't the best. I just don't understand how someone who can run and reverse time doesn't know how to form run, and that's just weird. And the effect was kind of cheap to me. Just the glaring light, just a flash of lights, just really quickly. It's just like it's kind of cheap. It's like, all right, man, like just do it. If you, how many other ways can you do? How many other ways can you do a speedster? So I get it, but like that's why you get paid the big bucks. Figure that out. Make it look cool. But um, ultimately, my favorite character in the movie was gonna be Cyborg, and it mostly because he has the most character development and most growth, and I learned the most about him. I thoroughly enjoyed Cyborg, his story, his arc. It's crazy that they thought cutting that out was gonna be the thing that made the movie better. So, with that being said, what do you like? Where do you go from here? Like, is this the end of this universe? Because I think that's crazy if it is, but I get it. But I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. But like I don't know where you would want to go or how you would get there, because so many things would have to like change, and not change in a bad way, but you would have to find a way of bringing a lot of these people back. And do you bring back Cyborg? Like, he left with a bitter taste in his mouth, but it's completely understandable why that character felt like he was being mistreated, because literally without his part in the movie doesn't make any sense. So I get that wholeheartedly now. Wholeheartedly now. Like, I get that. But I'm eager to see like what comes of this, like where do they go from here? And if they do go somewhere, like what's going on? I need these colors and things to work. Oh. There we go. Boom. There we go. All right. I need to see my lines. All right. And like where they go from here and how they go on about this show is truly up to them. I would love to see a Cyborg continuation. I would like to see the Flash movie if they ever get done with it. Um, Ultimately, the movie was good. I really enjoyed it. It didn't. I enjoyed it probably because it just was better. It just felt better. It felt like I learned. It felt like I finally got the part two of that part one movie, and it was just the same thing. A lot. The action sequence where they ran through that building in the car. That's great. The black suit Superman was great. There's a lot of Easter eggs in the movie, which is also great. Um, they set up a lot of things in the movie. They set up the Spectre. They set up Martian the Manhunter, Supergirl. Um, it's just so many other things were just set up. But after like the end of the movie, and when the movie ends, there's now like a deleted scene section of just extra stuff they filmed in that part right there. Everything after that was kind of useless to me. I didn't see Jared Leto's Joker is better in this one, but he's not anything to be proud about. I think his design was a lot better. I love the fact he has the badge, the SWAT vest on with every badge of the person, every officer he's ever killed, and it's just him. It was an interesting like look at Batman, and Batman and Joker's like dynamic. I really enjoyed seeing that. I don't know if it's gonna bring like something different to the table in the future, but it was still very nice to see. Oh wait, okay, I got colors. I got colors. So well, yeah, I'm interested to see how far that goes. What the fuck is that? Boom, 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 boom. What the fuck is that? Okay, this is not gonna work. So let's start from scratch. I said I get no time, and I was like that. Cut layer. What happens if I cut it? Okay, cool. It stays the same. I get no time, and I back it up. I'm never gonna leave me down. But yeah, that was my take on it. My hot take on it. Um, I this is the end for me. I don't if they make another unless they make another Superman movie. That's probably the only thing I'll go see. I'm gonna go see the new Batman movie whenever that comes out. But I'm done with these multi-universe things. My mind. I didn't watch WandaVision. I just watched spoiler reviews of it. I didn't watch like my mind is like burnt out from the idea of having to know every story. So for me to watch like the Winter Soldier movie was one of my favorites. It's in my top 5. But I don't know if I have the bandwidth to just watch espionage versions of that on a smaller scale. Don't know if that's like something I have the bandwidth for, but it was cool. Justice League was great. It was alright. It definitely is a better movie, and it's because of Cyborg. So that was my review on it. If you liked it, let me know. Put some in the comment section. Ask questions. It's not really a great review. If I had to give it one of my personal reviews, because it's 4 hours long, I would watch it. If I woke up, I wouldn't think anything of it, but I wouldn't stay for the end of the movie. I'll be gone, bro. I'll be gone. The second half is definitely more interesting than the first half, for sure. It's a slow burn. Slow burn. Slow burn. That's what it is. But yeah. Cool. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. What the fuck is that? Ding, 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 ding. Boom, 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 boom. What the heck is that? Y'all want some music in here? Wait, did I make that? No, I shouldn't have made that. Oh wait, what up, Nafi? And you're picking the wrong show, fool. Wrong show. It's 4 hours long. Movie is 4 hours long. Facebook is slower. I think it's like a 15-second delay on there. Yeah, but like, and and that's to speak to the point. Like I think like if you're gonna watch this movie, you are watching this movie fully prepared. And as bad as this sound, if you're watching this movie, you are fully prepared to indulge your. Like I don't think you have to be a diehard fan, but I think you're a person who clearly likes the DC movies. Like I I am very critical of the DC movies. A lot of them are not good. Uh, Wonder Woman 1984 was not good. The best part about that was Pedro Pascal. Um, Batman v Superman was not very good. But I think with the redo of this movie, there are now more. There are now better, like not better, but there are more good movies than bad movies in the DC universe. So like I can say that about it, but that's bare minimum. They made Wonder Woman good, uh, first Superman movie good, Batman v Superman bad, um, the first trilogy, I mean the first Zinder cut bad, Aquaman was meh, but I mean it wasn't bad, so good. So, um, and then they have this, so there's now more good than bad movies. I the it's like it was that's the way it's filmed, but if you have a if you have like a screen unlocker, you can change it. But that's how he filmed it. You know, he filmed it for that purpose. I don't know. It was kind of dumb too. Because really why it's filmed that way is because you the way he shot it, you want to be able to see up and down more than you want to see side to side. If you look at any of the shots, you have to look more up and down versus side to side, and that's why he filmed it that way. But a lot of people aren't used to that, and their TV settings like mess it up all the time. So I feel why you're upset about that. But yeah, that's why it was filmed that way. But yeah, I don't know if, and that's why I gave it the rating of if I ever saw this movie again, it would literally have to be because I like I'm doing a review on it or a deep dive. It just doesn't strike me as one of those movies that is revisible, and it's like 4 hours long. But do I think this is a good like action plan for them? Do I think like every movie that has controversy or something that is a pull or draw should be done like this, where it can get on a streaming service? I would love to see like Superman and all the other movies in this same way. Aquaman, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I liked Aquaman because I had such low expectations, or if it was just a good movie. That's why I'm not sure about Aquaman. Like, I remember sitting there like thinking about Aquaman and like, oh, am I gonna like this movie or am I not? And then as I was watching it, I was like, it's I feel like I should like this movie, but I don't know if it was like certain things were just pulling me away from it. So I don't know. Aquaman is weird for me, but I feel like I liked Aquaman. But the fact that I have to say I feel like I liked it is not very encouraging for me. Come together right now. Come together. There is another Batman movie coming. Um, it's being is and I actually like this next Batman that's coming up. It's the Twilight guy. As you all know, I'm a fan of Twilight. So but I was team werewolf. Uh I wasn't team Edward. I was team Jacob. But they've already finished filming his scenes, so they're pretty much done. Um Jason Momoa is a good Aquaman. I just don't. Once again, I don't know. If you ask me, like, I said it earlier. In this movie, he literally wears clothes just to take them off. He came out of the ocean wearing a shirt, dropped the dude off, took a shot, walked back to the bridge to jump into walked back to the port to jump back in the ocean, and took his shirt off that he had on while in the ocean, and then left. Nah, I don't know about that. It's just plot armor. Not even plot armor. It's just let him walk around without a shirt. It's just it's just like the overemphasis on it. It was just weird. It was just I didn't watch this movie with any brain cells past. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. That was my objective when watching this. So when I saw all this overt just fan service, I was just like, we get it. And I even said it about Wonder Woman. For Wonder Woman's outfit, there were too many scenes where you were looking up her skirt. It was just weird. It was just like, and it's on purpose, and she has like tights on underneath, but it's just like, just don't give her the fucking skirt then. Let her just wear tight pants and let that be the end of it. Stop focus up your movie, man, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm becoming old and upset at my older age, because I was just like, there was just a lot of fan service that didn't seem necessary to me. Oh, relax. If I can't criticize him for whatever, I really enjoyed this version of Superman, um, but they wasted it. They wasted this version of Superman on so many different levels, and it goes without saying, like, in the Zack, he had even fewer lines in this movie, but you just felt a certain way about him. Um, I really liked the first Man of Steel. It really resonated with me, and the new Lois and Clark, which I have gotten up to episode 4. And I love episode 4 for Lois and Clark, because they're kind of going back to their old stomping grounds of like Smallville, Monster of the Week type thing. I really enjoyed seeing that for a brief second. There was a lot of people complaining because they thought Lois was going to play a smaller role in this show, but she actually has a significant role. But maybe it's not as significant as you would want it to be. I don't know this actress, so I'm not assuming like her role is impressive or anything. But I'm liking the dynamic. At first, I was kind of over the whole kids being in my superhero shows, but the kids have warmed up to me. Tony Stark is a great Iron Man. Doctor Strange and Doc Strange, but both are arrogant, but great together. Yeah, it's kind of sad they won't have any more scenes together. Uh, nah, this Batman wasn't that bad. Like, he's not the best Batman, um, but as far as like physicality, his Batman's the best fighter. So I really like that. The action sequence from Batman v Superman is probably the best action sequence in the whole DC cinematic universe, barring Wonder Woman. I also like the opening intro scene for Wonder Woman because it proves the thing that I thought in the beginning, is that she can be hurt by bullets, but this was also confirmed to us back in 1984. I love the scene where she's blocking all the bullets, and for one scene, she has to turn her back completely, and she gets shot in the back, and you hear her audible ouch, like she grunts. So it lets me know she can feel pain. That was really interesting to see, and I'm happy They took that approach, but ultimately, you know, like Superman just makes everything easy, so it's hard to see. But I'm okay with seeing Ben Affleck in these joints, man. Ben Affleck, like he's super sad and stuff, but I think that's once again is because they're not writing a story about Batman. They're writing a story for Ben Affleck. Like it's weird to explain it, but like every time I was watching it, I didn't feel like they knew Ben Affleck was the person who was going to be put on the cape and cow. He just didn't have that Batman energy. Just didn't feel like Batman to me. It didn't feel like Batman to me. But I mean, hey. Where is he? He doesn't. He got an iPhone 12. He don't know how to use it. Where is he at? Have any of you guys seen your mother? That's all I want to know. I actually got to hurry up and get off of here because I got to go start getting ready for work. And I don't know what I did to my settings, but I have jacked my settings up because nothing is working. Uh, oh, you're with her? Okay. Yeah. Why are you on Facebook? This is so weird. Why are you on Facebook right now? I Look one is never coming home. But yeah. Um where's Mr. at? Oh, well, I guess beggars can't be choosers. Thank you. And I guess and not because you've come here, you've now become the Stranger Danger Award winner. So congratulations on that. You now own two. You now own both the Booth Boss and the Stranger Danger Award winner. I think that's a first. I think that is a first. You're out here breaking records, Nafi. You're breaking records. You're gonna go far, kid. Just you wait. Oh, what's up, Mister? Don't be shy. It's your big guy. It's the big guy. Or maybe he just lost power. He just lost Nepa. Nepa might have struck. You never know these days. Yeah, he's probably watching the game. How mess how messed up is your bracket, Nafi? Did you vote on Texas Southern like I did from the SWAC to beat? That was the only one I got right. It is I got it right because I was voting for whoever was black to win. You love to see it. You love to see it. Whoops. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So what do you mean nope? Like, is your bracket winning or you're losing? What's going on? I don't know what you mean by nope. Boom 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 boom. Oh, I'm in first place. Okay. So that means Luke is being trash right now. Good. May he be punished for not. May he never win a tournament for not going to go see his mother. Let the punishment be fierce. Let the punishment be fierce. Jing, 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 jing. Even Mummy's beating Luke? Oh man, Luke, you're losing your touch. Maybe you should let Mummy do your job. I don't know if that's good. Luke, you losing to Mummy? Yeesh. What the is that? What game are you watching tonight, though? Or what's the game to watch tonight? Can I watch tonight? Because I feel like this surgery is going to be a while, so I need something to keep me preoccupied while I'm waiting. What's the game to watch? I figured out how to see the comments and talk to people at the same time, so and draw. So it's pretty cool. I know I'm pretty awesome. Thanks for coming to save me because I was actually getting super tired in here. So shout out to Nafi for that. You can send your best hitter. What the is that? And she's gone. Oh, it was fun while it lasted. Wonder what his eye colors are. Give him this dark brown. He has a mode of aggression. Oh wow. I'm just now peeping game that Keisha was Keisha and Nafi were in here at the same time. That's crazy. Keisha, let me tell Keisha I love her real quick. What the? Mm, 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 mm. I do be ignoring Nafi, but it's out of love. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Ding, 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 ding. What the is that? Is that? Mm, 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 mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. 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 Don't worry about a thing. Mm. Hmm. 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 What the fuck is that? Mm, let's. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Mm, call this BG Core. Oh shit, no. Mm, 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 mm. Nanda. Yeah, let's take the glossiness out. Thanks. Fight back. people in here watching this with me. All right. That's about an hour. Right? Right? All right. See you guys later.